G'day, Joel Rasmussen from Fight News Australia here, backstage at Hex 28 with the new Hex Welterweight champion, Jono Micallef. First off, congratulations on the performance. How are you feeling?
Thanks, man. I'm feeling like a champion, honestly. Fucking, obviously a little bit sore. We just went with 5 rounds with a fucking absolute dog in Joey. But, man, incredible. Feel great, you know. It's especially after all these people doubting me, it's good to finally let everybody know, you know, that I deserve this shot and this is where I belong.
I wanted to ask you about that. Obviously, we talked at the press conference. You mentioned it, some frustration about that, kind of feeling doubted, kind of feeling... Did you feel overlooked?
100%, yeah. Especially when you had people talking about a fight like the day, 2 days before. But look, I mean, I can say I got a little bit frustrated or anything, but it wasn't like, at the end of the day, it's sort of merited, you know. I was 4-0 kid, and I'm only 5-0 now. You look at that, it's still a pretty beginner record. But I think that through the years of the guys that I've been training with, and, you know, the constant days on end of training and grinding, you know, behind the curtain that no one actually gets to see. They haven't really been able to see what I'm capable of. But I think slowly, after this one and my next few, people are going to start to see what I've got in my team and in myself. We've got something special going on here, you know.
So talking about that hard work, I know if a fight went away, you drew it up, every fight would be easy if everything that you thought would happen happened. But nonetheless, you went out there, you put on a fantastic performance, and you walked him down basically throughout all the rounds. Is that how you kind of drew it up? What do you make of what happened out there tonight?
I saw the fight going a few different ways, one of which was Joey was going to try and sort of pursue it like he did his last fight, just try and pressure and grapple and force that. But I think that very early Joey sort of grasped that I'm a much better grappler than his last opponent. So yeah, it actually worked out, in my opinion, better. We planned to keep it standing, and just to pick him up on his feet. He's a good striker, you know. He's a good everywhere, as we were expecting. But it turned out perfectly, you know. Got caught a couple times, but nothing too crazy that I couldn't fight my way back out of. But I feel like I dominated the striking. I feel like I dominated the grappling, and I think that I won every single round. I think that there was 2 49-46s in there, but I feel like I comfortably won every round. If maybe one was close. So yeah.
In the cage, you called out to Sean Shelby and the UFC matchmakers, and at the press conference, I asked you about when you beat someone, do you take essentially their momentum? And you said that's exactly what you do. Do you feel now that you are one of, if not the best welterweight in Australia?
Yeah, we've been saying it from the start of this year. I think that I'm the best welterweight. And it's funny, actually, if you take a look at where I was 1 year ago, 18th of November 2022, I fought Jamie Spawn in Hex. So in a matter of a year of making my Hex debut to now, I'm now Hex welterweight champion in just 1 year. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And yeah, no, definitely I feel like I took everything that Joey had in terms of the people following him and all that sort of stuff, especially going 5 rounds with someone like him and proving that I can do that and I can keep fighting till the very last spell. Yeah, proves that I mean, I'm right there. It's not like I just got an early lucky shot, you know. I stuck in there 25 minutes with him, yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you about. I asked you at the press conference about how just this year has been, and you talked about the growth you've had, but you say it just there, within a calendar year, looking at it, you've gone from pro debut and Hex debut, you've gone from Hex debut to Hex welterweight champion. How has that calendar year been?
Yeah, it's been a grinding one, you know. It's been tough, been working hard, and it's funny because I was actually able to get married and buy a house in that time too, so it's fucking a lot of stuff going on in my life at the moment, and I hope to keep a lot of stuff happening. I hope to keep growing as a person, as a fighter, and as a husband.
You've got the house. Have you got a place picked out for the belt in the house? Is it going to go right on the mantle? Does it go in the pool room? Where are you going to put that title?
Well, I might put it underneath the bed and get the missus to pull it out whenever she's trying to get me excited.
Along with that, you've also got a lovely necklace on. Is that going to come off? We were talking about it before. Is that going to be a permanent staple of your look now?
Yeah, if you ever see me, you're going to see the necklace. I think I might actually just get it exactly same size thing tattooed right there and just have that there for the rest of my life. Nah. Yeah. Whenever you see me in the MMA media, I'll make sure to have it. How about that? We'll make a deal.
I will hold you to that. Now, along with calling for Sean Shelby, you did, of course, say, if not, looks like you're going to be looking at trips to Auckland. There was one fight that was spoken about heading into this fight. You said you were kind of sick of hearing about it. Now we've done this. I know, obviously, we've just finished the fight. You're not necessarily thinking about it, but is Matt Vaile the person who's next?
Look, we're going to have to go back as a team. I'm going to have a little bit of a break, but I think May's a good time. And yeah, look, if that's the fight that makes sense. Look, obviously, as I said earlier in other interviews, if I'm going to get the call up to fight international, that is the number one goal at the moment. So, yes, Matt Vaile is the other number one guy. I just took out Joey, who was supposed to be the number one guy. But if that is the fight that has to happen in order for me to get to where I want to get to, then that's going to be the fight. Otherwise, I'm going to be moving onwards and upwards and looking for the international scene, looking to fight in the UFC. Yeah, well, the reason also why I mentioned Sean Shelby is because my manager Justin's been at their ear, sending him a lot of shit, sending him, trying to get me on their radar. And they said to him, it's not, even if Jono wins, it's not if he wins, it's how he wins. They wanted something, spectacular. Look, 5-round domination, I think, is pretty spectacular. That's something special, but I think they wanted to finish. So, look, we'll just have to wait and see what they come back with, and we'll go from there.
Well, for a lot of fighters, the communication with the UFC is kind of very spotty, and they don't really know. It's a lot of kind of doing things and hoping. But to hear back and to hear something like that, what kind of confidence does that give you as a fighter to know they at least know of your existence? What does that kind of bring to you as a fighter?
Man, that gives me huge confidence. But I think it's not in confidence that of myself, it's of my team. And I keep saying this all the time. Platinum One, Justin, he's out there, he's doing the work, you know what I mean? He's getting my name out there, he's getting me sponsors, getting me all these sort of things. It's, yes, like I'm doing the fighting, but it's these sort of people outside of that allow me just to focus on the fighting and do, as I said, that last calendar year I've just been fucking grinding. It's them people that are allowing me to do that and not have to worry about these things of contacting Sean Shelby and doing all these other sort of things that you shouldn't, I don't think, as a fighter have to do. You know what I mean? My job is to go in there and punch people in the head and win fights. That's what it is at the end of the day. Yeah.
Of course, and you've said, the UFC is that goal, but you're looking at that international scene. If an international promotion comes knocking that may not be the UFC, but someone who is still an international promotion, is that still on the mind?
That's a tough question, man. I think that's something that I'll have to sit down with my coaches and sort of really think about, because when you're talking about, me only being 24 and building a good, solid career and a good life for myself and my family, you've got to really ask the deep, hard questions. And yeah, it's tough. I mean, I wouldn't be saying it's completely out of the picture, but it isn't on the forefront of my mind at the moment. I think that UFC at the moment is the where I want to be heading to. Yeah.
You said just before that, the job is to go out there and win fights, and you absolutely did that tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the victory. Thank you so much.